Drake's Iceman has a full Wikipedia page. Let's read it. What's up, world? It's your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. 521 days, gang. That's how long it's been since you first heard that Iceman was going to drop. Drake has been teasing Iceman since August 2024. Not 2025, 2024. We've been hearing about Iceman, and we still have not gotten Iceman. But there is hope for you guys. There is a Wikipedia page. Has all the information and more that you could ever want about this release. I'm confused because I didn't know that albums that haven't dropped yet. Maybe you guys can teach me something. I never knew that albums that haven't dropped have full Wikipedia pages. This is kind of strange. Maybe this is common practice. And you're going to say, Challz, you guys didn't say nothing when A$AP Rocky took forever or Playboy Cardi. I think people did say something when these guys took forever. I think that was a level of contention with fans. But I'm just surprised that there's so much information on this page about an album that we still only really got 2 songs with a possible 3. Like Spades, 2 and a possible, right? I want to read this because I find this so funny that we're still talking about this album. Almost, it's a year and a half, and we're still talking about Drake might drop next week. We've been saying that for a year and a half, that Drake might drop next week. Let's have this conversation. I'm on the page right now. I printed this out. Iceman, a studio album by Drake released in 2026. It says that it will be released in 2026. So it's only January, guys. You only got 11 more months to wait. Maybe it comes out next week for all we know. I don't know, but let me talk about this. The label, it says, is OVO and Republic. Doesn't say anything about UMG, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Republic is under that, so I guess that's a catch-all, right? This thing has over 30 producers listed, gang. 30 producers listed. 33, I believe, to be exact. Alex, Drake, Boy Wonder, Cash Cobain, Conductor Williams, DJ Lewis. Bro, it's 30-something producers. Tay Keith, all kind. It's just a lot of names on here. And, of course, 40's on here. Gordo. How do you know that it's 30 producers? That means that they're really working. Now, you don't, someone have to be placing these producers on. Someone has to be maintaining this page. I don't know if this is a Drake fan that does this, because you know people can make up anything they want on these Wikipedia pages. But if I'm his team, I'm going to knock that fake page down. So this has to have some validity to it. Let me continue. So the singles from Iceman are What Did I Miss? Released July 5th, 2025. Gang, that was released last July. And then Which One was released July 25th, 2025, right? Then you had Doghouse, which came out to, let's say, mixed reviews, and that was September 9th, 2025. So this is part of the rollout. I want to have this, I want to read this because apparently those are the only 3 songs from Iceman in a year and a half, gang. We're still waiting on this, and in a year and a half, we got nothing. The 521 days. Let's read this. Iceman is the upcoming 9th solo album by Canadian rapper and singer-songwriter Drake, expected to be released by OVO Sound and Republic Records. Confirmed producers on the album are Drake's frequent collaborators Tay Keith and Oz, among others. So I don't know who's confirming what, but apparently they're confirmed. Maybe they got some snippets out there, or maybe his team is saying that they know for a fact who's going to be on it, or this, that, and the third. So you can expect at least those 2 guys and the ones listed on here, right? If you go over there, you'll see all those names. It's mad heads, gang. Let me continue. Iceman serves as a follow-up to Drake's collaborative album, Some Sexy Songs for You. It also marks his first full-length solo release since his 8th album For All the Dogs in 2023, and since his feud with Kendrick Lamar. Now, we know why this album is taking so long, because of the feud with Kendrick Lamar. He wants to get this thing right. He wants to get all the spices and herbs just right. He wants to get every kind of flavor in this album, and he wants you to like it, right? He wants me and you to say, you know what? That's the bounce back, right? Like Will Smith, this is the bounce back. He wanted to make a real bounce back. So this is why it's taking so long. He's cooking it up, right? 30 chefs in the kitchen, right? Let me continue. The album was promoted by 3 singles. What Did I Miss? Which One? Featuring British rapper Central C, which I told you when I was in that OVO sound group before they kicked me out. They were in there debating. They all were kind of on a. It was internal fighting that they weren't sure that which one was it. Right? They had a lot of internal beef about them saying, I still like Drake, but this song ain't it. And the other people coming at him, how dare you ever say anything that he does is not it. So that was a point of contention over there in OVO. But let me continue. And Doghouse, featuring American rapper Yeti and singer Julia Wolf. That was the one that didn't connect with audiences, right? You know how they say it didn't connect? Yeah, that one didn't connect. And I think that was one of the fastest dropping songs that he's released ever. You don't hear nothing about it. So I don't know if that song is going to be on. They might include all 3 of these, gang. I'm going to tell you why. Because it'll be a first day. All of those numbers have to be included in the first day sales. And I think they're so shook that every single sale going to count. Every stream going to count. So if they include those numbers on the first day, it's already going to go through the roof. So they can save face with that. So they'll probably put all 3 of these songs in there, whether you like Doghouse or not, right? Let me continue. Each single was preceded by a live stream on YouTube, though it was unconfirmed whether any track will ultimately appear on the album. Gang, this is the official. Listen to what's happening. This is the official Wikipedia page saying this is what ICEMAN is going to be involved with. And they're saying it's unconfirmed whether any track will ultimately appear on the album. You just listed the 3 singles from the album. What's going on, gang? You got a page up here with singles that ain't even confirmed, and you're saying that those are the singles. What are we talking about? Let me continue, man. It's just weird, man. Y'all got to get it together over there, gang. Either shorten this thing or delete it or get it right, bro. Let's be honest. Background and promotion. Drake began teasing his 9th solo album in August 2024, which was rumored to be titled ICEMAN, by releasing the EP 100 Gigs and cryptic messages on his social media accounts. So, gang, back in August 2024, this is off the heels of the battle. I don't even think we really had the lawsuit quite yet. I think we had a petition, maybe, but I don't even think the lawsuit had happened yet. Mind you, let's process what happened. He had a petition the court about the defamation of UMG, Spotify. He included all of them. All right, iHeart. Took iHeart and Spotify out, left UMG, made it into a full lawsuit, went to court. This thing went on for months, gang. All this speculation, all these videos we did, this, that, and the third. I think it took a year. Then the case got dropped. We still have no ICEMAN. The case got dropped unceremoniously. They're talking about an appeal, and we still ain't get this record. You got 3 singles in the month of July, 2 in July and 1 in September that they don't know going to make the album, and that is the whole story. I don't know what this page so long for, because that's the whole goddamn story. Let me continue. This was followed by OVO artist Smiley claiming Drake was going hard for the album in June 2025 in an interview discussing the release of their collaboration, To Maza. I guarantee you one thing, To Maza will not be on ICEMAN in a bonus form or no otherwise, right? Unlisted, it will not be on there. To Maza. Let me continue. Drake brought Gordo to work on the album's production by August 2025. And in the same month, a possible U.S. tour for the album was teased on social media. I don't know if that happened, gang. I don't know if a Drake tour happened in the U.S. I have to refresh my screen to get back to you about that. Let me continue. On July 4th, nearly 5 months after the release of his collaborative studio album, Some Sexy Songs for You with Party Next Door, Drake began teasing solo material. The single What Did I Miss was released a day later, following a live stream titled ICEMAN Episode 1. We all know how Episode 1 went, and to be honest, ICEMAN Episode 1 is the better of the 3. Let's just be honest. But we all know that they all were kind of goony goo, but ICEMAN 1, it made you think that, okay, even though it's awful, we may get some better. It may increase. No, it didn't. It got worse. And what he's saying is the episode 4 going to be the best of the 4. Keep it. Let me continue. On the live stream, Drake drives an ICEMAN branded truck around Toronto, drawing a crowd of fans, and eventually arrives to an ICEMAN branded warehouse where he eats food and watches old videos of himself. It then transitions to a performance of the song, gang. I'm trying not to laugh because I remember him dancing in that freezer by himself, making up the moves as he went along. I I'm trying not to laugh, gang. It is what it is. But, you know, I mean, just, he feeling abandoned, gang. He feel like you guys left him out there. He don't know who to trust. Even in the Iceman episode 2, when he brought Central C, I don't even know. These niggas had a half a scene together. Like, I don't know. It's like he don't want nobody near him or around. Like, I think he just worried that it's just he don't know who to trust, gang. So he dancing in the freezer by himself. And this is where we are. We got 3 episodes, possibly a 4th, still no album. Let me continue. Another song from the album, rumored to be titled Supermax, was also previewed during the live stream. On the song, Drake mentions reporter Taylor Rooks rapping, "Losing all these friends really got to me. I was talking to Taylor over drinks, and it was getting deep. Now everyone can handle this pressure, and in the city, you're the national treasure. That's what she said to me." Salute to Taylor Rooks, putting her hand on his back, being a shoulder to cry on, because that's what he apparently needs at this moment of time of weakness, and why he getting his album together. They said Drake be in parties with his headphones on while everybody else partying. He's writing rhymes. So let's see what we got, man. Iceman on the way. The Iceman coming. Maul was wrong, gang. Remember Maul said something something major was going to drop? I don't think nothing major dropped. No kind of major nothing. Nobody at all. It wasn't Drake, wasn't Cole, wasn't Kendrick. Nothing. He's supposed to drop last Friday. I think Maul was wrong about everything he said. Let me continue. So, according to Michael Sapernara of Billboard, this depicts Drake looking inward and vulnerably open up about fractured relationships and keeping his focus. Possible collaborations with British-American rapper 21 Savage and American rapper Playboi Carti were also previewed through the live stream. So I don't think it's going to be all that deep. I know he said a couple months ago, well, probably a year ago at this point, that you guys got to be prepared. This going to be a little bit deeper and darker. It's going to have more meaning to it than you're used to. He's preparing his fans for this thing to get kind of like heartfelt and I want to say deeper, I guess, right? Nostalgic, I guess, and introspective. I don't think Drake has the capacity to get too introspective. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's going to be surface level shit that'll sound cool in a party. He's not going to get real deep. This is not going to get Mr. Morale deep. I promise you that. Because I don't think somebody with this much on the line and somebody this kind of, I want to say vain and kind of, they're worried about the image so much, they're not going to get too vulnerable. That's just my opinion. He's going to say some stuff, but it's going to be very surface level. I don't think it's going to be stuff that you're going to be shocked and stunned that he says on this album. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know his backyard. He did things like this. I don't think it's going to be shit like that. Let me continue. Possible collaborations with British-American rapper and Playboi Carti. 21 Savage previously collaborated with Drake on numerous songs on the joint album in 2022. While Carti previously collaborated with Drake on 2020's Pain 1993 and 2024's No Face. However, he was ultimately removed from the latter upon his streaming release. DJ Swap Izzo, who provided ad-libs on Carti's 2025 album Music, also previewed the collaboration on social media. I believe they said that Carti pulled himself. I don't think it was just removed randomly. I believe he pulled himself in allegiance with Kendrick, but that's just my opinion. Let me continue. In the second live stream, titled Iceman Episode 2, aired on July 24th, 3 tracks were previewed during the live stream, which one with British rapper Central C, which had been previewed at Drake's Wireless Festival set, and during the first live stream, in addition to 2 untitled songs that are expected to feature on the album, which one was released as a single a day later, marking Drake's second collaboration with Central C, following 2023's On the Radar Freestyle. So I feel like this, and maybe I'm being unfair. I feel like this. I feel like, well, I've been saying this for a while. There's been a lot of, we're doing promo. We're doing real-time A/B testing to see what people likes. He's doing it in real time. He's slapping stuff on there and then watching the social medias to see what people say, this, that, and the third, which is how you would do it if you're running a marketing campaign. But you wouldn't do that publicly. You would get a small test group and you would let them listen to it and they could say yay, nay, or da-da-da-da. You would have listening parties, this, that, and the third. We're all in one big social experiment to see what works and what doesn't work. Right? Now, I say all that to say this. I feel like it says, in addition, 2 untitled songs were expected to feature. I think all this untitled this and you're playing little beats, this, that, and the third, it doesn't look good people don't know what to expect. To me, it doesn't look good. It just sounds like, will this be on there? I don't know the vibe. Will that be a part? You're not leading people up to any vibe. Even the article doesn't know what you're doing. doesn't know what songs, it doesn't know, people don't know what to expect. I don't think you're getting the anticipation up like you want. I think people like, all the same people who wanted this album are the only ones waiting. I don't think you're getting any new people like, yo, I can't wait for that Drake. I don't think so. I think the same heads that was waiting for it a year and a half ago are the same heads that's going to wait for it now. I don't think you're expanding your market with this rollout. The rollout is awful to me. I'm just going to be honest. The streams are getting less and less views and the people don't care anymore. You're taking too long with this shit. I told homeboy to just drop this shit. Let me continue. The second episode depicted Drake being chased by Pinocchio throughout Manchester until he eventually escapes into Manchester Piccadilly Station. These live streams are all over the place. They were making these shits up as they went along, gang. Just like the way they did Stranger Things. Apparently, Stranger Things went into the season finale with no finished script, right? I think these things had no finished script, and they were just... He just wanted Pinocchio in there somewhere, and they didn't know where they were going. That's why episode 4 hasn't happened yet, because they don't know what they want to do with this shit. These rollouts are going nowhere. These live streams are they're just something to do. They're supposed to be artsy-fartsy, avant-garde, but they're missing badly. They're all over the place, and they got your boy, What's the Dirt, trying to play cleanup and make every little thing symbolism and make everything deep. He's doing whole full-on crash-out videos where he's trying to say, look at the placement of the button. If the button is to the right, he's going all over the place. I didn't watch it. I absolutely will not watch it. I don't watch What's the Dirt no more anyway. But What's the Dirt is one of these people trying to make these things. Remember the TV show Lost? He's trying to make this shit deep as Lost. Like all this nonsense. They ain't deep at all. It's just a bunch of little things that homeboy comes up with, and they try to fit it into the stream. And it don't have no deeper meaning whatsoever. We still and we'll never know what Pinocchio's supposed to be. Everybody got a theory. The shit wasn't nothing but Pinocchio. Let me continue. The live stream concluded with a graphic that read "Coming Soon," gang, and you got to understand that was in, I believe that was that 2024, right? I don't know, gang. I don't know what's happening, bro. Coming soon? What soon? We in 2026. Let me continue. With Pinocchio's head in place of the letter 1. According to Shiraj Khan of the BBC, the character's presence in the live stream was interpreted to represent the lies following Drake around the aftermath of his feud with Kendrick Lamar. I ain't never seen somebody so consumed with lies. Let me continue. This is a wild Wikipedia. This shit is mad info about an album we still ain't get. I guess they preparing. A third live stream, ICEMAN 3, aired on September 4th, taking place in Milan. Several songs were previewed during the live stream, including tentatively titled That's Just How I Feel, as well as Doghouse. The latter features American rapper Yeti, who appeared in the live stream, and singer Julia Wolf. The episode was also noted for its continued depiction of Pinocchio, who appeared in previous episodes. I guess Pinocchio is like Vecna. They just threw his ass in there, and you figure out what he's doing. In one scene, 4 Pinocchio characters sit at a restaurant table with one writing Legacy on the table in red paint before tossing ice cubes onto it. At the end of the stream, Drake is seen confronting 3 of the Pinocchio characters. Following the live stream, one of the preview tracks, Somebody Loves Me Part 2, was released, and it's a remix of Somebody Loves Me from Some Sexy Songs for You, and which was released, that remix was released in 2025, and features American rapper Cash Cobain on September 9th. Doghouse was released as the 3rd promotional single from the album. Drake had teased it. It's released during his Instagram. My bad, putting the paper up in the camera. Drake had teased its release during his Instagram a day prior. It marks Drake's 3rd collaboration with Yeet, following 2023's I Don't Give a F and 2024's As We Speak. So he's rocking with Yeet, gang. I'm just going to be honest, but I don't know if this stuff is moving the needle. And a lot of his fans, like I told you, they the same way with Central C. They wasn't sure that the Yeet collaboration was it either. So you're collaborating with people that's out of your wheelhouse in a way. It just don't feel like they're going to move the needle. Yeah, they got their fans, but they're not going to be doing Kendrick level moving of needles, gang. Let's just be honest. And that's what you need right now. Let me continue. The snippet contains lyrics referencing former Toronto Raptors player DeMar DeRozan, still on this guy, and Kawhi Leonard, with Drake rapping, quote, "When you was part of the team, we used to be planning our Mexico trips in the spring. We must have been dealing with the spur of the moment. Because why, Kawhi, did we think you could get us a ring?" Dog, and I hope this album ain't full of this nonsense, which he's still pining over these basketball players and still sad, still hurt. Like K Solo, I was mad, hurt, didn't want to talk. Like, gang, we get it. You feel away. These guys, they turned their back on you. We get it. We do not need a whole album of this. Please, get back on your shit, because what's going to happen, motherfuckers going to be like, I can't get jiggy with this. I can't get jiggy with this. We trying to turn up in the strip club. We done told everybody when you come back, it's going to be lit. And you keep crying about these players, man, it ain't going to light nothing up. Right? Let me continue, man. When you Drake takes aim at DeRozan, referencing his playoff losses with the Raptors and his 2018 trade to the San Antonio Spurs for Leonard, who won the 2019 NBA Finals with Toronto. Following the leak, Drake called streamer Aiden Ross while he was live saying, I don't even know who the F those kids are, referencing the streamers who leaked that track. And we all know, at least I believe, that track was handed to them streamers and they were told to go ahead, run with it, see what the people think. Because if I release it, then the people won't say it's made under my name. So I'm going to say it like a leak, and then I can act like I can disavow all knowledge of it, right? Let me continue. And what did I miss? Drake addresses the aftermath of his feud with Kendrick, calling out those who attempted to play both sides rather than support him. The song includes direct references to Lamar's pop-out concert in 2024, among other nods to their conflict. The song features Drake's blend of slick melodies and razor-sharp raps. As he... nice. Slick. Oh, man. I'm struggling, K. Slick melodies and razor-sharp raps. As he addresses people who he believes betrayed him and questions the authenticity of past friendships by rapping. Quote, I saw bro went to the pop-out with them, but he been dick riding gang since headlines. This lyric was interpreted to be a reference to NBA players DeMar DeRozan and LeBron James. Gang, this Drake spent more time dissing LeBron and DeMar DeRozan than he do Kendrick. It should have been 5 records eating that, just tearing Kendrick ass up. Nope, we keep getting these LeBron references and DeMar DeRozan, all this slick shit about these basketball players. You really mad at Kendrick. That's where your feelings at. But he do not want another button pushed. He do not want a Not Like Us Part 2. He don't want none of that. Like, get the smoke you asking for. This is why people is clowning you, because you gotta, like, if you're gonna be in this rap thing, be in it, gang. Right? If you're going to be in it, be in it. Stop taking swipes at all these other people for just being around the nigga. Swipe the nigga. You worried about everybody that got close to K-Dot. You won't say nothing to K-Dot. It's weird energy, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Let me continue. Which one features an Afrobeat and dancehall inspired instrumental with Paul Bryson of Hot New Hip Hop stating it's pulsating beat. Carries a subdued menace. Wow, these niggas is gifted with these words, gang. Its pulsating beat carries a subdued menace. I might start saying that. God damn, that shit just sound good. Which one carries a subdued menace, gang? Y'all gotta remember this shit. Let me continue. Narratively, it depicts Drake and Central C addressing respective love interests, with Drake noting how she stands out from her friends. Quote, you're not like the things you're around. You a real good girl. And enemies. F anyone that's bringing you down, sweetheart. You're doing your thing right now. And Central C noted her physical appearance and sexuality. Bryson also noted that the song's lack of prominent chorus and its structure as a back and forth exchange enabled artists to share different perspectives to their love interests with distinct styles. Gang, this thing, when this album actually dropped, these quotes, first of all, I just read 3 pages of shit, and these are mostly quotes from journalists and other people interpreting the lyrics of 2 goddamn songs. Imagine when this joint gonna be long as shit, with mad random ass quotes, subdued menace and all this shit. It's just, yo, this thing gonna be crazy. We gotta tap back in. When this album drop, we coming back to this page, gang, because I gotta see these amazing ass quotes that they putting in this. Man, this is awesome. I'm going to be honest. They make this shit sound like the greatest shit. Then you go hear it and you like, it's mid on some bullshit. Let me continue. According to Jeff Ahaza of Rolling Stone, Drake is in familiar register by referencing his 2024 feuds with other artists on the album, rapping all those summers of slappers you owe me on an untitled song, which features a sped up beat switch, while in another song, speculated to be a freestyle with a moody, lo-fi jerk-inspired beat. Drake raps, quote, I ain't even know how bad they want to see me go. This was echoed by Malcolm Trapp of Wrap Up, who said, it's not hard to connect these lines to his very public feud with Lamar. Now, that is the end of the Wikipedia page, gang. I'm going to guarantee that thing going to be packed with some really awesome, amazing descriptions of these songs that, in my opinion, probably be most likely lackluster. I know you guys say you unfair. Some of you guys are like, gang, give the joint a chance. At least listen to it before you say it's going to be mid. At some point, right? And let's say there's a quarterback in the NFL and he plays in the NFL for 15 years, right? And yeah, he's good, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, as it goes on, he started declining. And to get to a point that he get beat so bad, he changes up. He have no more confidence. You think that guy going to come out and win you a Super Bowl? I do not. I think that quarterback going to get out there, stink it up. They're going to lose the game. They're going to lose whatever championship. They're going to blow it. They're not going to make the playoffs. I feel like this album going to be extremely mid because he don't know where he wants to go with it. So he probably go stick to the thing he knows best, which is mad commercialized, really, really trying to move the needle on some R&B, half like jingle jangle shit. And I think that's not what I want to hear. Most people that right now, the culture's changing and people don't want to hear that. Yes, you're pop fans. They're going to love to hear that. But the culture, people like myself, we don't want to hear that. So you can keep that popsicle shit. But listen, it may be fine. It may not be. It's certain albums I probably won't listen to. And it's going to take a whole lot. Just like I didn't listen to some sexy songs for you. It's going to take a whole lot for me to listen to this, gang. Like I told you, I listened to some sexy songs for you through Shaq's, through No Life Shaq's video as he went through. And I skipped through that. So I don't know, man. If I do hear it, it'll be very, very against my will, I'm going to be honest. But if I actually do hear any of it, it'll be on somebody's reaction video, and that's it. I will not be popping this thing off. It will not get no streams from me. I'm just going to be honest. Jalopy Bungas, we standing with you. Still the blackout still on. We called that a year ago. Listen, man, I don't know how long ago, but it is what it is. Around the time of what, Super Bowl? I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show, me, TJ, and Fliz. Tap in 9:15 on all 8 of my social media platforms. And we got a new video called This, That is off the What Project. Me, TJ, and Fliz. We barking on it. Some hip-hop, man. It's for the culture. Tap in. Let me know what you think. Get in the video comments and write something, all right? I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6-man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the verbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, We the trap.